Hey guys, welcome back to Almost Every Monday. I'm Katie.
And I'm Madison.
And we're here to catch you up on what you missed this week.
Yeah.
And last week, because we took a break from Super Bowl week.
Yes.
Honestly, pretty inopportune time to take a break. But it just didn't really make sense to do it because Madison and I both worked the day of the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And then, we got off and then, immediately, went to go watch it at people's houses. So it didn't really make sense. We didn't have time. So
yeah.
That's happened. But today we're actually recording in real time. Usually we record on Saturday or Sunday and release Monday. But today it's Monday because it's President's Day and we're both off.
Yep.
And it'll be releasing tonight. So you're getting the most up-to-date situations.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, Madison, how are your past 2 weeks?
Are good. I feel like pretty low-key. Nothing super crazy happened. I feel like I was off. I worked both weekends, which is pretty atypical, I would say, for me. Because my department works on a rotating schedule, so that typically we won't have back-to-back weekends.
Yeah. Usually you only work one a month.
Yeah.
Or there's 5 of you.
Or even less, yeah.
Yeah.
But right now, February, we have groups at camp literally all
every single day
24/7
for one day.
There's one day this month that we don't have somebody on camp. And so we have just a lot going on around camp, and so we've been working weekends and having odd off days, and this month's been kind of crazy so far, but March is coming.
It's coming.
And it'll be a little more chill.
I'm so excited for our staff retreat.
Yeah.
That'll be fun.
Yeah, so we'll have, is it 3 days?
Yeah, because we get there.
It's technically 3 days.
It's technically
with
3 work
travel
days.
worked in there.
Yeah, because we get there one day, and then we are there that night. We're there all day the next day. And then I think we have something to do in the morning the last day, and then we come home.
Yeah. So we'll all drive up to the border of North and South Carolina.
Mm-hmm. To a different camp.
Yeah, to a different camp, and just have some time, just our staff all together, which is really fun.
Which I've heard that last year when we went to a different camp. We went to one outside of Asheville, and we all stayed in different buildings. Me and Madison were in the same building, but a bunch of other people were scattered in other buildings.
Oh, yeah.
But apparently at this place,
I think
we all are staying in one building.
Yeah.
But I think some of us share rooms, but I don't.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun to share a room.
I know. We could have shared rooms last year.
Yeah, I think
because the building we stayed in is pretty identical to the one that we have at camp.
Yeah,
and
bunch more of us could have fit in there.
Yeah.
They spread.
I spent the night in Shanna's room.
Yeah, they spread all of us into all these bunk rooms that have 4 bunk beds in there.
Yeah.
Which
I'm I get they wanted to be have your own space.
Yeah.
And we would have done the same for them, but knowing us, I was I don't. I'm used to sleeping in a room with all these people.
Yeah. It doesn't feel less restful to sleep in my own room.
Yeah.
Honestly, it felt a little weird.
Yeah.
I remember the morning the morning after we got there, I got up later than everybody because I didn't really know what time everybody was getting up.
Yeah.
I just got up. And everybody's
same.
Already down there, and I was
same.
Hey.
But so I didn't move all my stuff. I just brought my pajamas down to Shanna's room because she was on the first floor and I was on the second, and the first is where the big living room area and breakfast area was, and so I had to basically walk all the way up to the living room to get to the stairs. And I was just in my pajamas, which I packed whatever, not my craziest pajama set or anything, but it was still pajamas, and all the guys were in there having coffee and breakfast, and I was oh my god, this is weird.
I hope I get to share a room with somebody. That would be fun.
Yeah, it would be fun.
I don't know what it's gonna look like. I don't even know if they do housing or if we do housing anyway.
Yeah, I don't know.
But that'll be really fun. I'm excited for March. It'll be more chill.
That'll be fun. Cool. This coming weekend, our friends are coming.
Yes.
Maddie, Joe, and Shanna.
Yes.
So all 5 of us girly pops will be together.
So
that
excited.
intern together. And then we're doing a dinner with everyone that's living here or visiting.
Yeah. So it's
part
everyone
of our
but
intern.
2 of us.
Yeah. So that's gonna be really fun. And then we're doing a girls' day Do we have anything planned?
No, I think we just said we wanted to go to Atlanta.
Yeah.
Oh, Katie and
Loose plans.
Yeah, Katie and I talked about maybe going to the Hawaiian Chick-fil-A. Oh. That would be fun because I've really been wanting to go there, but
yeah.
It's
we should look up some like pop-up shop kind of stuff.
Yeah.
See what's going on.
We also could play pickleball.
Yeah. Okay.
In Atlanta.
That would be fun.
We could workshop something.
Loose plans so far, but I'm excited to see them and hang out.
Yeah, it'll be
catch
really
up.
fun.
My dad was here. Not last night, but the night before. Yeah. So like Saturday night, which was fun to show him camp for the first time. And then we just like hung out and had dinner.
Did you stay the night?
Yeah, at the hotel right behind my house, which is funny, but it's just like this tiny little microtel.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was nice, I guess. I don't know. He didn't have any complaints. But yeah, so that was fun. I'm trying to think if anything else happened in the past 2 weeks.
Yeah, we just watched the Grammy and the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of friends have been like going out of town, coming back, and so like our typical events have kind of shifted or
yeah, I feel like everyone's just busy this month because of stuff with work, which totally makes sense. Like everyone's schedules are just thrown off.
Yeah. I feel like that's the more noteworthy things of my last 2 weeks. What about you?
Let's see. Let's pull my Google Calendar. Well, my mom and my brother came to town, which was fun. We played pickleball and went to Trader Joe's. Just hung out, like did random stuff. We went to Ball Ground and ate and got ice cream. My mom just like wanted to walk around somewhere, so we like walked around, in quotes, downtown Ball Ground.
Like 10 buildings.
Yeah, but it was fun. We had a lot of fun playing pickleball. And then, my schedule's been a little different too because I've been helping in housekeeping in Madison's department. And so I like worked a Sunday and then I worked like 6 days in a row and then I like worked in housekeeping again and then I was off this Saturday, Sunday, and then today, which has been nice. Just been watching The Bachelor at night and Valentine's Day happened. Jackson and I, we got like a couple weeks ago, like probably like a month ago, we got heart-shaped pasta from Trader Joe's and then we've just been saving it for Valentine's Day. So we literally just did that and watched Ted Lasso, which I will give a Ted Lasso update in a second because we have been watching it. And then this weekend, we're having a training at camp this week that one of my friends is participating in. And so she came early and hung out with us this weekend, which was really fun. And we're also watching our friend's kid. She's almost 3, and so she's been here since Saturday. And that has been fun, but tiring and interesting. Like, it's just funny, like, you had to be with her the whole time. Like, it's just, like, it's very different from having a dog. Yeah. Like, it's just funny. And I've been feeling, like, a little, like, not, like, stressed, but I just, like, I don't think her parents were telling me that, like, she's never stayed somewhere that, like, she's never stayed with people that aren't related to her. Yeah. Like, she's only ever stayed with her grandma. Yeah. And she's only ever stayed with her grandma at their house. Yeah. So, like, we're watching her. We're not related to her. Like, we know her. We're at their house, like, once a week. Yeah, like, at least. And, like, she's also staying here, which she's only been here, like, once. And so it's just funny. So I just feel like I'm, like, trying my hardest to, like, make her happy because I'm like, I don't want you to think about the fact that, like, I don't want you to get upset and then you're like, where's my mom? Like, I don't want that progression to play out. Yeah. But honestly, she's been fine. Like, she hasn't, like, sorry, can tell Jason, she hasn't, like, talked about missing them once or, like, been upset and, like, wanted them. Yeah. Like, yesterday, Jason and the boys, like, FaceTimed us, so that was fun. She had to, like, FaceTime her brothers. But, yeah, she's been chill, but she, like, when she wakes up in the morning, like, I immediately go get her because I'm like, I don't want you to start crying. Yeah. But, like, then this morning we were sitting on the couch and she was, like, tired and I was like, I probably should have, like, left you up there because you probably would have, like, gone back to sleep for, like, an hour or so. But anyway, it's been good. Yesterday her tummy was really upsetting her, so that she was sad a lot. But we went to Target. She loves Target. We went to camp. She loves camp. She's at Kroger right now at Jackson, so she's living her best life. But
for sure.
Yeah. we've been good. Just it's honestly, yeah. I feel like things have just been really busy, so I've gotten to like be home a lot because like people aren't trying to like make plans a lot, which is like kind of nice because we were like I feel like really busy with like social plans for like a month.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso update.
Okay.
Also, I just want everyone to know that Madison hasn't watched Ted Lasso either. Like I feel like
I said that.
I just don't remember you saying that, and I believe you, but I just thought it was funny that like specifically Nina, like the other people I guess would have texted you that people gave
your
me flack,
mom,
like my mom and my cousin's wife, but like Nina like literally demanding for me to watch it.
No, because you're talking about Sydney.
Yeah,
Sydney has my number, so
well,
maybe she will text me.
Maybe she will text you and be like, "What's up? I've watched Ted Lasso." So everyone, if you guys could bully Madison into watching it too, like, okay, you would like it.
I started it.
Oh,
I watched
so maybe you wouldn't like it.
Well, I started it after we talked about it on the podcast.
Oh,
so like very recent. I watched like I don't even know how many episodes, like 3, maybe 4, like very few.
Yeah, and they're
like,
short episodes.
Yeah, and so I feel like I don't even really know the characters at all.
Yeah.
So
what were your thoughts on those 3 or 4 episodes?
I mean, it was fine. I feel like if I'm gonna watch a TV show, it's gotta be pretty drama.
So you don't like feel good?
Not
like this
really.
Is very feel good.
Like I would say that like
there's some drama, but it's slow burning.
Yeah, like the only like I just want to say like fluffy TV show is like Abbott Elementary that I watch, but that's because I think it's hilarious because I experienced a lot of it.
Yeah,
and so it's like it just feels really real.
Well, also I feel like Abbott Elementary is like it's realistic comedy. Like I haven't watched Abbott Elementary, so like it might also be feel good, but like I think that Ted Lasso is like primarily feel good. It's not primarily comedy. There are funny moments, like 100%. Yeah. But it's not like I wouldn't call it a comedy show.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know.
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. My watch is not understanding what I'm saying about Ted Lasso.
I don't know.
I won't give anything away majorly in case you want to watch it, but we're probably like I don't know how many episodes are in a season, to be honest. I honestly don't remember. But we finished season 1, and we're probably like 4 or 5 episodes into season 2. With Lola being here, we haven't watched it in a couple days because we've been watching Bluey, and we watched all of Percy Jackson. Right. Lola loves Percy Jackson, so we watched the whole thing. I honestly kind of want to rewatch it because I was only half paying attention to some episodes, but it was good. What was I saying? So we really like Ted Lasso. Honestly, I like every single character. Like, I personally like all of them. I don't really like Jamie because he's kind of annoying. I don't really like what's happening right now in season 2 with Jamie, with him, like, coming back to the team. Like, I'm not really liking that. But there's just, like, a lot of really good, like, storylines in there and, like, people standing up for what they believe in, which I think is really cool. And, like, there have been some sad things that have happened, which is just been like annoying, but I just really like all of the characters. Like I would say like one of my favorite characters is Roy. I love Roy. I also think he's one of the most attractive men I've ever seen. Like I just think he's so cute. And then I don't know, I like everything that's happening. I don't like Rupert. Classic. He's the ex-husband. I don't think he got there. Rebecca's ex-husband.
Oh yeah, he was at the auction thing.
Yo, you watched the auction?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I really like everything that's happening right now in the show. It's going good. I was really sad about what happened at the end of season 1, and I didn't think it was gonna happen. So I was like, they really lock you in and then spit you back out with the finale of season 1. But it's really good, and we're gonna keep watching it. And Jackson really likes it, so we're gonna keep watching it. Like sometimes, like we tried to watch Traitors, and Jackson was having no part of Traitors, so
I want to watch Traitors, but I also feel like it's like worse than Big Brother mentally. I haven't seen it. What do you mean
mentally?
Like in my head. I haven't actually like seen anything.
I've never watched Big Brother, so I don't know.
Oh.
Have you? Oh, I guess you have.
Yeah, it's just like cheesy people just being drama.
Here's what I think is that the show is so cheesy. I think we might have already talked about it here. I can't remember. The show is so cheesy, But what I have heard is that what's actually happening in it, like, is interesting the longer you watch. Like, the drama of, like, the game is actually interesting. I'm not saying that for myself. I'm saying that's what I've, like, heard on other people's podcasts when they've talked about it. Because we watched, like, 2 episodes, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to get into it. Because it's just, like... I think the issue is that I don't really know any of these people. Like, I know who Parvati is. I know who Sandra is. I know who Pilot Pete is.
Yeah.
I loosely know who... I can't even tell her first name right now. Scottie Pippen's ex-wife. Larsa. I, like, vaguely know who Larsa Pippen, and, like, I know who Marcus Jordan is, but, like, it's not, like, I think that's what's getting to me, is that, like, I don't know these people, and, like, I guess I could get to know them. Like, I guess every time we watch a new season of Survivor, I don't know them, but it's, like, I think the purpose is that you're supposed to know them. Yeah. Like, I think that's the point.
Yeah, because they're, like, coming in with their reputation.
I'm, like, you've pulled so many different people. Like, how is any one person... supposed to, like, I feel like truly the only people who really know most of these people are the girls and chicks in the office, because, like, they watch a lot of these shows. I think because it's like Real Housewives, it's The Challenge, Big Brother, Survivor, The Bachelor, like, and then some of them are just, like, normal people, normal-ish. Like, one of the guys, like, was in Parliament, but, like, I just don't know. It's okay.
Interesting.
It's okay. Anyway, that was my week. My 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Sorry for blabbing on and on.
All right. Our topics for this episode. We're going to recap the Grammys, the Super Bowl. Harry Styles has been spotted officially. Benny Blanco's Valentine's Day. A little Bachelor recap. And then we'll talk about Survivor.
Yeah. Just a little announcement.
Yeah. So starting with the Grammys.
Yeah, we're kind of backtracking to 2 weeks ago, but it has to be talked about, especially obviously the Taylor Swift of it all with her Grammy, or with her album announcement.
Yes.
But first, I just want to say, obviously, I love Taylor. She's my girl. The Grammys belonged to Miley Cyrus.
Yeah.
Like, first off, I guess I'm living under a rock. I don't know. I didn't know that she hadn't won a Grammy. I think I just was surprised by that.
Yeah.
I also, like, haven't really paid attention to award shows. I didn't start paying attention to award shows until, like, 2 or 3 years ago. So, like, I guess in my head, she just, like, won one before I started paying attention. But no, like, this was the first time she won a Grammy, which was, like, crazy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like she's just been around so long that it just feels like she would already have one. So I guess I just, like, hadn't really thought about it.
Yeah, I just think in my head, like, I don't think it's a big I don't think it was, like, a huge narrative.
Yeah.
Like, whereas, like, Leo never winning an Oscar, it did eventually, but, like, that was, like, a huge narrative.
Yeah.
So, like, now I'm, like, I just think with Miley Cyrus, I just didn't know. Because not a lot of people were talking about that.
Yeah. Agreed.
But the Grammys were really good. Honestly, I watched it. I didn't finish it. I left at a certain point, I feel like. Because it goes to 11:30. And I was like, oh no, I can't watch until 11:30. But I watched a lot of it. Like, I watched the whole red carpet, and the whole time I was watching, I was like, where's Taylor? Like, I had, like, a couple of celebrities I want to see. I really want to see Noah Kahan and his mom, and they look so cute. And then Olivia Rodrigo and Billy and a couple other people, and Miley. And then finally, and also, I feel like I said this before, but I personally am not an Ice Spice fan. I just get out ahead of that. So Madison wasn't there yet, but I was watching it with our friend Kendall, and we were sitting on the couch, and Ice Spice was, like, interviewing with, like, the red carpet interview or whatever. And then in the back, I saw Taylor Swift walk across, because leading up to the Grammys, everyone was like, oh, she's going to announce Reputation, Taylor's version. And so, like, I watched her walk across, but I, like, was so, like, surprised I didn't see what she was wearing. I was like, Kendall, what was she wearing? She was like, I think she was wearing white. And I was like, what? And so I rewinded it, and she was wearing white. I was like, oh my gosh. And so then when they actually showed her full look, she was wearing a wedding dress. I say, my wedding dress. Not actually, obviously, my wedding dress did not cost nearly the amount that dress probably cost, but, like, pretty dang similar. Like, mine had removable straps that I, like, took off for our reception. And so then it was just like a strapless dress like hers. But like, it was like the same, like the ruching, the like bodice, the slit. Like I was like, hers like was a little like more like grandiose than mine. Like hers was just like a little like bigger. Yeah. Like the skirt just like was more structured, I guess. But I was like, that's crazy. I mean, she could have borrowed mine. I would have given it to her. But then she was also wearing like black gloves and like the chunky like necklace jewelry. She had a clock on. She had a wristwatch around her neck. Yeah. Because everyone was like, it's pointing to 3, and I was like, no, it's not pointing sideways. To 3. It's sideways, pointing to midnight. Yeah. And there was a video of her right before she walked the red carpet, being like, is the clock facing towards midnight? And I don't really know why she did that. Maybe it's just a nod teaser, to midnight. Yeah. I don't know, but because I guess that would make sense too in general, because that was the album that she was there to like win Grammys for, so that would make sense. But I thought that she looked good. I thought that her hair was interesting. I felt like her hair, I liked everything. I didn't feel like the whole thing really fit together. Like I liked her hair, but I would have imagined her wearing that to one of Travis's football games, like her hair. And I liked the jewelry, but I don't think it really went with like the dress. And like I'm not really a gloves person, so I'm never going to be like, oh yeah, I liked her gloves. But like, I liked everything individually. It just didn't look like it came together. Yeah.
I feel like because I was at this like event thing, and so I wasn't there for the red carpet, so I told Katie to send me pictures of everybody.
Pictures and videos.
And I was like, low-key, I hate it.
And I said, oh, so you hate my wedding dress?
And I was like, I like the dress. I like the idea of the gloves. But, like, I did not like her hair. I thought it just, like, looked, like, weird and, like...
Someone was saying that it looked like when you get bored in math class and you, like, start braiding your hair.
Yeah. And I don't know.
It just looked a little, like, punk rock to me, which, like, I'm not, like, mad about that. I'm just, like... No. I would have expected her to have, like, big... Hollywood like waves with that kind of dress. I mean, like, she was literally wearing a wedding dress.
Yeah, I feel like she is just known for like having really great hair recently. And then it looked like someone did her hair in the car ride over. Yeah. Like it was just like not fully thought through almost. Yeah. And then like the black gloves with the white dress, I don't know, I just didn't go together. Like I feel like she should have been wearing like a black dress with the black gloves, or like even like sheer like mesh material gloves with the white,
would have been better.
Or like something, I don't know.
She was trying to do a white and black moment, and I totally get that, but I just think there were better ways to do it. Yeah. Also, like I feel like the general consensus to her outfit is that like not a lot of people liked it. I feel like that's like, I'm not saying there's nobody that liked it. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the overall consensus is that a lot of people are like, what the heck? Do you think that like her stylist hears that and is like, oh shoot, I missed? Or do you think they're like, you guys don't understand fashion? Because I don't understand fashion.
I don't know. I feel like
also like, was that the stylist? Like, was that like the stylist doing, or was that like her design? Like, was that the designer she was wearing?
It's probably more the stylist.
Yeah, I guess designers more come in
because it's like the pieces of it like were good, but the styling of it, like the combination of all of it not good.
It wasn't hitting.
Yeah, like I almost just wish she didn't wear the gloves the whole night. Like she took them off.
I think that if she never put on the gloves and if her hair was different, I just think it would have been like, oh, that's a good outfit. Like I don't think it would have been like, oh my gosh, it's the best outfit I've ever seen her in. But I think it would have been like, yeah, it's cute. Like, you know, I think it was the combo of it all that really got to me.
Yeah. Agreed.
But other people had really good outfits. I thought Olivia Rodrigo looked amazing. I thought she looked so cute.
I loved her red dress. That was, because she changed.
Yes.
Partially through.
I also loved.
She changed into white when she performed, right? Because she did vampire. Yeah. And had like fake blood on her.
I honestly can't remember.
I think she changed into white.
Yeah.
Like, she showed up in red and then...
Yes. I loved both her dresses. I loved all 4 of Miley Cyrus's looks. I also loved her hair. Like, I think that she was doing a whole, like...
Yeah.
Dolly, Tina Turner. Like, she was, like, definitely trying to, like... I don't know, resemble, like, her music idols.
Oh,
which,
for
like,
sure,
I thought that was cool. I like when people have purpose behind it. That's why it's like, did I really like Taylor Swift's outfit? No. However, like, I understood what she was trying to do after she announced her album. Like, she was trying to give this whole black and white look because that's the vibe of her new album. Like, I totally get it. Like, but I can appreciate when people do that, but... I liked when people were... there wasn't an outfit that I was like, oh, that's really gross.
Gross.
Except I thought it was funny that we could see Lenny Kravitz's stomach the whole time. Because he was wearing this, like, sheer top.
Weird. That is weird.
But yeah, Miley won 2 Grammys, right?
Yeah.
She performed. It was great. She was so funny. She is just so fun. Like, she was having so much fun. Like, she started performing and she was like, I know you guys know this song. Like, come on.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift was dancing the whole time. She danced to Olivia, which people noticed. Olivia performed. Olivia has such a good voice. Like, she is such a good voice. I don't know. Taylor Swift did not perform. I feel like that was like a little rumor going around, but she did announce a brand new album, which when she got up there, me and Madison were like, all right, this is Rep's moment. And then it wasn't Rep's moment, but it was a brand new album. Yeah.
We were together by that point.
Yeah.
And so we were like holding on to each other, like, she's gonna say something. She's got to say
Kendall
something.
Was like, if you guys keep screaming, you're not gonna be able to hear what she announces. So true.
And she was like, I just thought it was a good time to tell you. And we were like,
and she
says, I have a new album. And I was like, what?
But gosh, I think it's gonna be so good. Like, I'm so excited for it.
I've been seeing some clips and leaks.
I saw one leaked like snippet of a song. Yeah. And I started listening to it and then I stopped myself because first off, the leaked snippet is like the worst audio quality ever. Like, literally the worst audio quality that I've ever heard. And I'm like, I don't want to listen to it like this. Like, that sounds so like, usually I am like that person that, like, when I'm watching a TV show, like, I Google the ending. Like, so normally I'm so like, give it all to me now. But I don't know, like, I heard the snippet and I was like, I don't want to listen to that. So now anytime I see anything that's leaked, I just like scroll past it because I'm like, whatever. Yeah. But the set list, or not the set list, the track names were leaked before. Yeah. And they were all right. Normally when stuff is leaked, I feel like it's incorrect.
It's like all wrong. Yeah.
But this was all right. Yeah. She put up the track list like the day after, I'm pretty sure. Like, it was like pretty soon after. Yeah. Sorry, I just got distracted by looking at her Instagram. But
it's so hard to read.
Yeah, she posted the album cover like right after she announced it. She also said that if she didn't win a Grammy, she would have announced it in Tokyo, which would have been crazy. I'm like low-key waiting for her to announce something in these like countries that are so far ahead
like the time zones,
because then I'll just wake up and something new Taylor Swift will be out. Like, that's what happened with the Bowl tour, which I'll get to in a second, but like she announced it and I was like, oh my gosh, like I woke up and like that had happened. So the track list is Fortnite featuring Post Malone,
which I saw.
That's the thing that was leaked. That like I heard a snippet of it.
But I saw this interview of Joe Alwyn, and they're like, it's whatever like interview brand or whatever. It's like R&B, hip hop, something. And they were like, "Who's your favorite rapper?" And he was like, "I don't know. Like, I don't really listen to rap." Like, and they were like, "Post Malone," and he was like, "Is he even a rapper?" And so people are like, oh, like he shaded Post, and so now she's gonna have Post on.
People are pulling out so much up, and like how he apparently had a group message called like,
oh yeah,
what was it called? The Tortured Men.
Yeah, the Tortured Men Society.
Yeah, or something. Okay, so Fortnite featuring Post Malone, and if you don't know, Post Malone is one of my favorite artists. And so I'm literally so excited because now two of my favorite artists have a song together. It's like when Noah Kahan and Zach Bryan put out a song together. It's like and when Zach Bryan and the Lumineers put out a song together.
It's like in 2013 when Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift became best friends.
Yeah. I'm hoping this is a song of a beautiful friendship.
That would be pretty fun.
Okay, the Tortured Poets Department. My boy only breaks his favorite toys, which
What a long title.
I've seen this. I'm not going to call it a rumor or a conspiracy, just this thing that people are saying that they are saying that some of these songs are actually about her cat, Benjamin. So people are like, oh, my boy only breaks his favorite toys. That's about Benjamin.
What?
And
that's crazy.
Our camera just turned off. Oh, well. Down Bad, So Long London, which is...
I saw somebody on TikTok like singing what they think that's gonna sound like, which I personally love because it's always so different from what Taylor actually does. But I was like, oh my gosh, because they were like talking about all their like her last time leaving London post breakup kind of thing.
But Daddy, I Love Him, which a lot of people have tried to connect these to Harry Styles too, because he was seen wearing a shirt that says "But Daddy, I Love You," because it's a line from
Ariel.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah.
Which I'm like
he's worn that shirt a few times.
Yeah. I think it's weird, but like I don't think that there's really a huge connection.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Fresh Out the Slammer, Florida, 3 exclamation points featuring Florence and the Machine, which
Florence is credited a lot on this album, with writing credits. Yeah.
People think that is about because after it was announced that her and Joe broke up, the first show was in Florida. So a lot of people think that's about that. Guilty as Sin, Who's Afraid of Little Me, I Can Fix Him, and then in parentheses, No Really I Can, LOML, which Love of My Life. I guess it could be. I feel like it's gonna be one of those songs where she's like, I'm thinking of another song that she's done this with. Oh, like Mr. Perfectly Fine, where like she says like Mr. Perfectly Fine, Mr. and then she says Mr. All these other things. So I wonder if it's like Love of My Life and then other things that spell out LOML. Also another thing people are connecting to Harry Styles because he has a song named Love of My Life. But I think that that's a coincidence. I don't think that like means anything. I Can Do It With a Broken Heart.
The day that the two of them collaborate, Harry and Taylor,
it's not out of the realm of possibility because she collabed with Taylor Lautner.
Yeah, they dated. Yeah, they work with a lot of similar people or like are friends with a lot of mutual people, and so it's like it could happen.
Yeah, The Smallest Man Who Ever Lived. I definitely think it's about Joe. Another one that people are saying it's about her cat. The Alchemy. All I think about is The Alchemist.
What was that?
It's a book that I had to read in like, I don't know how old I was. Clara Bow, which tell us more about Clara Bow because you know more about it than I do.
Well, I like looked it up because I was like, this is giving The Last Great American Dynasty like that like historical figure kind of thing, and so I was like, I'm wondering who Clara Bow is, if it's like a real person, and she was an actress pre like Hollywood when they were like silent films, and she like was successful in the crossover to sound, and she was in a movie. I can't think of the name now. I'm thinking it was It or something.
I think it was It, yeah.
Because whatever it was, like she was then deemed It Girl, which was like the first time that was like coined that term, and so like people are speculating that it's like kind of giving what's the song name from Red?
The Lucky One.
Yes, all I kept thinking was State of Grace, and I was like, that is not the right song. I
wanted to say Starlight at first.
Yes,
but that's not it.
The Lucky One of like how she knows like fame, and now she's like reflecting on all these old like Hollywood women. And like, I
literally love when she makes songs like that. Like, there's some of my favorite ones because it reminds me of the Nancy Drew movie with
Emma Roberts. Yeah.
I don't know. There's just something like I just love the vibe of those.
Yeah, no, I love it.
Also, I'm saw
excited.
something where like Clara Bow did something with someone with the last name Bowery, which William Bowery is the pen name that Joe was writing under when he wrote Some of Folklore with her.
Well,
I saw something about Clara Bow being, I don't know what it was. I can look it up, but
yeah, I don't know. No, I don't know. I'm looking at Reddit right now. There's a poem.
Oh yes, that's what it
about
is.
It. When battling Bill of the Bowery fell for Clara Bow.
Yeah. So I don't really know if that has anything like big to do with it or if that's just coincidence, but it feels like there's too many. I feel like I'm saying, oh, that could just be a coincidence too many times. So I'm like, so it's probably not. Yeah. My dogs are going crazy right now. I'm so sorry if you can hear them in the background. And then there's a bonus track called The Manuscript. And then again the other day she like announced that there was going to be another bonus track called The Bolter.
Yeah. Only on like specific versions of the vinyl.
Which I'm like, okay, so then that's not, but it's like the one with the Bolter doesn't come with the manuscript. So what does that mean then?
So annoying.
Maybe I'll buy the Bolter one on vinyl because I'm assuming that the manuscript, that track is going to be on Spotify. You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like with hits different.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't added to Spotify. But
that's eventually now that's all on Spotify. So.
I mean, yeah, but it's 2 years later, basically.
Yeah, well, I waited.
I know.
I did good and well.
But just annoying.
So.
Like a lot of people in the comments on her posts were like, why are we doing this again? Like, this is just like a money grab, da-da-da-da.
It does feel
so
like
people are hoping that, like, Tree and, like, people on her team will see that and be like, oh, maybe we should stop doing a million different versions of the same album.
This is probably naive thinking of me, and that's fine. Because I, like, assume the best in people too often, but I kind of think that she just likes to announce stuff. So she makes all of these things because, like, it's, like, fun for her to,
yeah, she can announce it, but then add it onto the same album.
That is so true. You're so right, Madison.
Like, she used to always just do, like, standard version, deluxe album. And that was it. And that's fun. But now, like, streaming is a thing, so she should just put it on streaming.
Yeah, I'm, like how she, like, when you go to her Spotify page, there's, like, a million different versions of, like, all this stuff, which is, like, fine. That's not what bothers me. I think what bothers me is that when it's protected by, like, oh, you have to buy this specific one in order. But, like, I mean, like, with Midnights, there's, like, Midnights 3 a.m., Midnights till dawn. Like, I'm like, that's fine that you want to do all of that. Like, I don't really care because it's all on Spotify and I can listen to any of it. But, like, I don't know. Yeah, when you protect it with your paywall, that's, like, annoying. But... any other thoughts on the Grammys? I think that was a quick synopsis.
I wish Noah Kahan would have won.
Yes. As I already said, I'm not an Ice Spice fan. But honestly, like, I thought it was crazy that anybody but Noah Kahan... and I would have thought it was crazy no matter who won that except for Noah Kahan. Because Noah Kahan has, like, double the monthly listeners of any of those people on Spotify.
Really?
Like, all the other people that were up for it, he has double the monthly listeners as all of them. And, like... and again, I'm not following closely enough to the other people that were, like, nominated to know what they're doing. But to me, I'm like, Noah Kahan's releasing so much music, and he's gone on tour. Like, he's still touring. Like, he's going to continue to tour. And so I'm just like, he genuinely feels the most successful in the public eye. Yeah. And isn't that what Best New Artist is about? I'm like, I don't know.
He's got 37 million monthly listeners. That's a lot.
Wait, who won? Ice Spice didn't win.
No, Victoria Monet.
Sorry.
She's got 10 million.
He posted something the other day.
Yeah, last night about the People's Choice.
Oh, okay, yeah. So he didn't win People's Choice either. He Ice Spice won New Artist of the Year, the People's Choice last night. they put some account that posted it spelled his name wrong, and he like posted that, and he thought that was funny. Well, he didn't think it was funny. He thought it was rude, but I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous. But that's okay.
Yeah. Well,
he got robbed.
Yep.
Next time.
Next year, maybe.
Well, my watch just said don't worry about it, so I guess I'm not gonna worry. Okay, Super Bowl. Has to be recapped because
obviously
it was a pop culture movement.
Yeah.
This year, honestly, like there were so many famous people there. The Wags were wagging. Chiefs played the 49ers. I was personally rooting for the Chiefs, although somebody was saying this, like when you don't care about either teams, like you could be sad for either of them when they don't win. Yeah. And I was sad, like because like I feel like Brock Purdy is having a moment in the news, and he's a Christian, so I just think that's cool. And so like I was sad for them. Yeah. Because didn't they lose a couple years ago to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl? Or maybe they won.
No, it was the same. 2020.
And the Chiefs won. And then last year the Chiefs won too against the Eagles. So I also was obviously I was rooting for Taylor Swift and Taylor Swift's boyfriend, like obviously. Yeah. But also I thought I did think it could be cool if they won it 2 years in a row, because like that doesn't happen that often. So hasn't happened in a long time. So just thought that was cool. But it was honestly a really slow game. The first half. And then the last half it picked up, and then it went into overtime, and it was so close. Yeah.
I would say I was like banking on leaving after the third quarter, because I was like, this is like, it sucks. Why am I staying up for this? And like it was just like a lot of like fumbles or like interceptions, and just like it was just like messy. And so it was just like kind of boring of like, y'all are the best teams in the league, but like all these things keep happening, like I'm confused. But yeah, so I was planning to leave, and then like end of third quarter it started to get more interesting, and like they actually were scoring and like doing good.
Not
sucking. And then I got like to the end of the fourth, and got tied up, and I was like, oh, guess I'm staying for overtime too. Okay. But halftime show, Usher.
Yep. I would say the consensus is mixed feelings. Some people really liked it, and some people thought it wasn't good.
I feel like I've only heard good things.
Oh, I feel like I've only heard mostly bad things, but I know that good opinions are out there. I will say there was something. This is not Usher's fault at all. Something was weird with the audio. Like,
well, so first half, it was recorded during his rehearsal earlier in the day.
No. I get that. And that's, like, fine because it's still his voice. Like, I don't think that's weird at all. And I feel like it's also to, like, I feel like more than anything, it's to keep them on time so they don't ad-lib.
Yeah, probably.
But I, like, couldn't hear him, like, for the first half of the performance.
Oh, yeah, the audience noise was loud.
Until he was on, like, roller skates, I couldn't hear him at all. And so that's, like, not his fault. Like, that, whatever. I felt like he didn't sing a lot of songs that I knew. Like, I definitely knew some of his songs, but I felt like I would have expected them to be a little more like his, like, biggest hits. But
I feel like he did.
I guess. I just feel like I didn't know a lot of his songs.
Maybe you just don't know a lot of Usher.
But,
like, he sang, I would guess, is probably his top 10 songs. I don't know how many songs he actually performed.
Yeah, I think that
here.
I would need to see a list of songs that he did. Let me look it up.
Oh, he did a ton of songs. No way. This has like 30 songs on it. No, he did not sing that many. Yeah, DJ Got Us Fall in Love, Daddy's Home, My Boo, Standing Next to You are his top 5 on Spotify. And he did, I think he did. No, I don't think he did Daddy's Home. He did My Boo.
Here, I have a list.
Is that the
one?
He
did My Boo. I like My Boo.
He did that with Alicia.
Oh my gosh, this is not a good list. This is the article that I found. It's like there's a whole paragraph after every one of like.
Okay, he did OMG.
Okay, yeah.
DJ Got Us Falling in Love, Love in This Club, I Don't Mind, Somebody to Love.
Did he do yeah?
Scream.
Okay, he did.
Yeah, Luda was there.
So true. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I take that back. I did like the songs that he sang. I just think there are a lot more songs of Usher that I don't know than I do know. I also haven't listened to Usher actively since I was in high school.
Right. It's like a few are like always going to be around.
Yeah. But I liked the performance. I thought it was a lot going on, but like Usher is a performer.
Yeah.
And he's like an artist. You know what I'm saying? Like he loves the big production, and I felt like that's what I heard a lot of people didn't like. Like they thought it was like not too much, but they thought it was like I don't know, just like all over the place. But I thought it was cool. I thought it was so cool he was on roller skates. That was awesome.
Yeah.
What were your thoughts?
I'm still trying to find the actual songs that he did, because these are all just like people manifesting what songs they want on Spotify and making a playlist out of it.
I think I have the list.
I was hoping to find
Confessions Part 2. You Make Me Wanna. You Don't Have to Call. Good. Bad Girl / My Boo. You Remind Me. OMG. DJ Got Us Falling in Love Without You. I Need a Girl. Climax. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah, ended with yeah. Yeah, I thought it was fun. I was also with my roommate Tati, who loves Usher.
Oh yeah,
she
loves Usher.
And so that was really
honestly fun because she loves him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think also in 2018, I think when Justin Timberlake did it, like I don't really care for Justin Timberlake. Like obviously, like I know a lot of his music and like his songs are in a lot of playlists, but like I'm not just gonna be like, I'm in a Justin Timberlake kind of mood. It doesn't happen. But the people I was with all really loved Justin Timberlake, and so that made it more fun to like see them so excited about it.
I really like Justin Timberlake's performance. Yeah. Because I knew a lot of the songs.
I don't even remember it that much other than like watching them.
I remember liking it and singing along.
Yeah. And like Rihanna's, like I don't really listen to Rihanna a ton, but like having friends that do.
I think with Rihanna too, she like all eyes were on Rihanna during the show. Yeah. And I think I really liked that. Whereas like I think Usher, again, his was a whole production, which I think is great. And I think that's very captivating to some people. And honestly, maybe I wouldn't have liked that much with Usher, because I'm definitely more of a Rihanna fan than Usher fan. Like I listen to Rihanna more. But I just liked how it was like, it was her show. Whereas like Usher, it felt like it was like he put it on, but it was more of a collaborative experience, I guess.
Okay.
That's my take.
Yeah. I also feel like typically there's a lot of like features in a Super Bowl show. Yeah. Or it's done by two people kind of thing. And so
he had a lot of features.
Yeah, he had a lot, but Rihanna, did she have anybody else?
I don't think that she did.
I don't remember anybody else being there. So I feel like his was more like typical. Yeah. Like halftime show. Yeah. We talked about if Taylor Swift would ever do it, and I feel like she would, but in like 10 years, like after her last tour.
Yes. Well, first off, if there's anything that her speech at the Grammys made me realize is that people are like, oh, the Eras Tour is the last time she's going to tour. She's done. I'm like, no, she is not done. Like, she was talking in her speech about how much she loves making music and, like, she's going to do this as long as she can. So, like, I genuinely think she's going to make music for a really long time.
Like, I think she's going to be like Elton John.
Yes, I
like,
agree.
In it for the long haul.
And I think that in regards to Taylor Swift doing a Super Bowl halftime show, I think that, yeah, I agree. She's not going to do it for a really long time. Like, I think it's
like when she's got like a Vegas residency.
Yeah,
or
like it's
something like that.
It's going to be so long. Like, because I feel like usually these artists, except for like The Weeknd when he did it, aren't really doing it in like their peak. Like I would not call this Usher's peak right now. I don't think anyone would. I'm not saying Usher's not great and I don't like him. He's not peaking right now. And so I think it's more of a like I honestly think right now or in the next 5 years, and people kept talking about this with the Super Bowl halftime show. I think that like sometime in the next 5 years is Justin Bieber's prime time to do the half bowl show, that Super Bowl halftime show.
Yeah.
Because like
that would be so fun.
Like I think that Justin Bieber has peaked.
Yeah.
Unless he all of a sudden starts churning and burning new music, I think he's peaked.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I don't like Justin Bieber. I just think that like he has had his time in the spotlight.
Yeah.
And I think he's kind of coasting right now.
Yeah, I think a lot of people also love when the halftime show is a little bit nostalgic.
Yes, I completely agree.
At least in recent years, because it's like Shakira and J-Lo. It's like, sure, a lot of people love them, but it's also like brings you back to like your
Rihanna too. Like I listened to Rihanna so much in high school. Like,
so I think
so
like that's kind of a piece of when they pick someone, which Justin Bieber would.
Justin Bieber would be probably my favorite halftime show ever if he did it.
That would be pretty crazy.
Like right now, I think my favorite one was Rihanna. Like I just really liked it a lot.
Kate, you remember Katy Perry's?
Not really.
Hers was wild. She had like that giant. Was it a tiger? Probably.
When was it?
I think I was in high school. Maybe 2015. It was like right when she was like with Roar and like all those songs were coming out.
Who was in 2016? I remember whoever it was I was really interested in because I had just gotten back from a trip that day and I like went to go watch the Super Bowl at my boyfriend's house and I felt the Panthers were playing and I'm not a Panthers fan but I live in North Carolina so
it was her 2016.
Oh. In 2016 it was her? Oh, well then I did watch it because I literally fell asleep the whole game. My boyfriend woke me up for the halftime show because he knew I really wanted to see it.
Oh, sorry, 2015.
Oh, okay. Then who was it?
I don't know.
2016.
Coldplay.
I guess I really wanted to watch
Beyonce, Bruno Mars, Mark Ronson.
Yes, I did really want to watch
Marching band and youth orchestra.
He woke me up just for that, and then I went back to sleep after that. I don't know why I was so tired from traveling. I literally just went to Florida. Like, it really wasn't that deep. Anyway, so yeah, I liked that Super Bowl halftime show.
Lady Gaga did it in 2017.
Yeah.
I do not remember that at all.
That was my freshman year of college. I honestly don't really remember watching. I honestly couldn't tell you a single place that I was for the Super Bowl. Like, it's not memorable to me. Like, I can, what it really is that, like, I can remember certain times. Like, I can remember that one year. Like, and I know how old I was, but, I could barely remember what was happening. The only reason I remember the Panthers were playing is because we flew into Charlotte that morning, and everyone that I was with was a Panthers fan. They were all freaking out that we were in Charlotte the Super Bowl. I was like, well, did you guys know that the Super Bowl is actually in California? Like, I was like, okay. Like, it just wasn't cool to me. And, like, I remember where I was when the Saints won the Super Bowl because I'm a Saints fan. But, like, other than that, like, I have no idea where I watched it anytime in college. Or, like, who was playing. Or, like, after college. I remember where I was last year because it was last year. But, like, it's... For some reason, it's not a memorable event to me.
Yeah. I feel like I don't... I also,
like... run together because people just do the same thing every year for the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
every
or don't do anything.
Yeah, every year, like... that I've done something, I've gone to somebody's house and I've watched it maybe, I've sat on a couch, ate buffalo chicken dip, like...
Yeah.
I should be doing the same thing. One year I remember we watched it in the Young Life office when I was in college. Don't know who played, don't know what year it was, but I remember we did that one time. I think it was when J-Lo maybe was in the Super Bowl.
I think I was... Who would I have been with? I don't know. I think I watched it at a Young Life office too one time.
They just all run together for me.
Yeah. I don't know.
But.
Weird.
And then, anyway, the Chiefs won. Madison's still repping her team.
Obviously.
And Taylor Swift went on the field. She was, I mean, she was there the whole game. They showed her a normal amount. They showed a lot of celebrities the whole game because a lot of celebrities were there.
It was less than a minute total.
Yeah. They showed her checking her drink.
Yeah.
She's up there with Ashley and Kelly Teller and Miles and Ice Spice and Jason and
the whole suite.
There's so many funny pictures of like Jason and Ice Spice talking and like these memes of like I wonder what they were talking about.
Yeah. So funny.
They're so funny. And Jason went on his podcast and said it was like kind of overwhelming to be in the box with her. People keep like saying it in a negative light. Like if you listen to the podcast, he wasn't being negative. Like he was just saying like Travis a little bit was like, how was it being in the box with Taylor? And he said, it's crazy, man. Like it's kind of overwhelming. Like so many people want to talk to her. Like he was saying during the halftime show, like there were just so many celebrities trying to come up to the box and like talk to her. And he was like, these people are fiending over her.
That's funny. Yeah.
I liked her outfit. Her outfit was so cute. The jeans.
Oh, the like zipper thing. Yeah. Yeah.
Blake Lively was there.
Yes. Yeah. They all looked so incredible.
And then she went on the field, you know, they had their moment again. And then the after party, she like walked in wearing his blazer jacket. It looked so good, like her outfit with the blazer on and him next to her with like the pants still on. Like it looked so good that I'm like, you guys planned that. Like you guys knew that you were walking into this and and Taylor wasn't gonna wear her red jacket.
No, they definitely
but
planned
she was gonna wear
their outfits together.
Like I was like, you guys planned that.
Yeah,
and that's
sure.
awesome. Like
I loved it.
But
all the like content from the after parties and stuff of like them singing love story to each other.
And she posted a TikTok of them.
Yes.
Okay. So we need to get into this because
oh my gosh, yeah.
It is so telling to me when people started liking Taylor Swift based off of how they react to this TikTok.
Yeah.
Now, is it awesome and wonderful and amazing because she has not posted a boyfriend in a really long time. But she has posted a boyfriend before. And all of these people who just started liking Taylor Swift or really just started paying attention to what Taylor Swift was doing, they're like, oh my gosh, she's never done this before. And I'm like, that's not true. Yeah. She has. Anyway, but so she posted this TikTok and it basically was like, bring your family, they said, and it was like I'm accidentally in a club with my parents. Yeah. And on top of this, in the background was a song playing. I don't remember who it's by. Potentially Ludacris. I don't remember. Whoever the song in the background of the club that was playing is a UMG song. And so TikTok removed the sound on her TikTok. And I was like, dang, bro. Not even Taylor Swift is escaping. Nope. But the TikTok was so cute and he was in it. Yeah. And it was just like so funny and casual. Like something that you would post on like your Snapchat story. Yeah. Like,
oh yeah. People were saying it was like a close friend story post.
Yes.
Which is hilarious. But yeah, it just like reminded me of like 2016 with like Calvin Harris and like their beach vacation photos.
Well, some people were saying, so Travis was like hinting that he was going to go to Australia and like some people were like, I wonder if we're going to get some vacation pictures of them like this week while they're like, because they're probably like,
that's true.
She's probably staying in Sydney or Melbourne. Like this is all at the beach. Yeah. It's crazy.
I love them.
And the other night at Melbourne, she did a mashup for her surprise song. She did a mashup of Getaway Car, which is such a good surprise song. If that's your surprise song, I'm so jealous of you. Getaway Car, August, and Other Side of the Door. Yeah. She's never done a mashup like that. Well, she did a mashup with Out of the Woods and that one song that you can like put it in. Is it yeah. Is it over yet? Now? Is it over now? And then she sang the bridge to Out of the Woods. So that she did a mashup that time. Like this is a 3-song mashup.
Yeah, they got a lot of content to work with there. Yeah, I was Australia.
Like, oh my gosh. Some people are saying it means that Rep TV is coming out in August. But I'm done thinking about Rep TV. I'm just gonna really use this album to hold me over.
Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be so good. And we're finally.
I think the songwriting is gonna give Evermore Folklore.
Yes.
But the attention of it's going to give Midnight's. And I'm excited.
Yeah. I think we're just slamming the door in Joe's face, and I'm so excited about it. Honestly.
Yeah, me too.
Okay.
All right. Harry Styles has been spotted.
Since the buzz.
Yeah.
I mean, he was spotted.
Yeah, there's been, like, paparazzi pictures, like, blurry and...
But this is the first clear picture I've seen of him.
Yeah, video footage at a public event.
He looked so cute.
Yeah.
Like, he just looked so cute.
Yeah. He went to the Manchester United game to...
By himself?
Yeah. Well, like, he's with people, but not...
Not anyone. No people.
I think mostly alone. And he's dressed so nicely.
Do you think
his hair is starting
to do something?
Out.
They're just like, I'll just go. And, like... or do you think... Like, Taylor Swift always has friends with her.
He probably talked to, like, his
team.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I
be like, can I get tickets to this game?
In my head, like... In my head, it's like... They don't talk to their team, which, like, is not true. Like, he's probably so close with, like, his publicist and, like...
His, like, assistant.
His assistant, like, so it's probably fun for him to go to a game with them.
Yeah.
But in my head, that doesn't make sense to me, because I'm not a celebrity.
Yeah, I mean, he was with, like, a bunch of guys in, like, a suite, but, like, I didn't know any of them.
Yeah.
I think they were UK famous kind of people, or, like, athletes that I just don't know. And like he looks so good. His hair's like growing out, and so he's kind of got that like 2014 Zayn Malik going on, where it's like a little spiked up in the front.
But it's like working for him. Like I really like
he
it.
looks good. His little sweater over his shirt kind of thing. He's also wearing the same necklace that I wear every day, so I'm just putting that out there. The pearl one.
He's wearing a pearl necklace?
Yeah.
Let me see.
Okay.
I didn't notice that.
Let me find one where you can actually see it. And someone's head isn't in the way.
You guys are so best friends. OMG. You guys are wearing the same necklace.
Identical. He probably also got it from Etsy, if I had to guess.
Yeah, if I had to guess, that man went on Etsy on his phone and said, I heard this girl named Madison has this one. So
he's probably heard the podcast.
So true. He's got
a lot of time on his
YouTube videos and said, oh, you see that necklace? Assistant, where'd she get it?
Get it. I need it now.
I need it right now. Actually, I'll order it myself. Where's my credit card?
Give me my...
And then he let just a peek of it show. He said, Madison's going to see this.
Oh, man, I wish.
Oh, my gosh. I know that I've missed the boat on this, and I talk about this all the time, but I wish I would have gone and seen him in concert, because now God only knows when he's going to tour again, and if I'm going to like that album as much as I like Harry's House. Like, I loved Harry's House.
Yeah.
And he'll still probably, like, sing some stuff.
I still think it's crazy that I saw him before Harry's House.
Yeah. And it was all the same tour.
Yeah, it's part of the same... That's crazy.
It's crazy to me when people are just, like, the normal artist... They put out an album, and then they tour, and then they take a break, and then they put out an album, and then they tour, and then they take a break. But it's like, people like Harry Styles and Taylor Swift, they don't have to do that. Like, they just do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. Which also, this is the last thing I say about Taylor Swift, I may be promised, but that brings up a good point with the Eras Tour. Like, is she going to add a part of the set for the Tortured Poets department? My guess is no.
Yeah.
My guess is she'll just incorporate them into surprise songs.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know if she's going to tour for it.
I doubt it, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway.
That is crazy to think about.
I regret not seeing Harry Styles. Mostly because me and Jackson both really like him. So I'm like, that would have been such a fun show to go to together.
Yeah, I saw him in Atlanta at the State Farm Arena. And I was on the floor. And it was the craziest thing I think I've ever done. Like, seeing Taylor Swift was crazy, but being on the floor at a concert was like I couldn't even like comprehend what was happening.
There's nothing like being on the floor at a concert. The only time I've ever been on the floor, this is funny, was for the 1975 And it was awesome. Like, well, first off, I really like the 1975. Like, I like their music. I haven't listened to them as much in the past few years, but like when I was in college and high school, I loved the 1975.
Yeah.
And so and they came to Boone, which is so insane.
That is really random.
Like, first off, also though, like Lil Wayne and Kesha both come to Boone. I don't understand why people are. I don't get it, but sometimes they really like to come to Boone. It's a college town, so like, yeah, it makes sense. But I was on the floor, like, pretty close up. Like, I'll show you a picture I took at the concert. Like, I was pretty close to this man.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. Like, it was so cool.
Yeah.
So, there's nothing like it.
No, like, I remember, like, looking up, because it was before I lived here in Georgia.
Oh, yeah.
And I was living in Charlotte and outside of Charlotte. But,
the greater Charlotte area.
So I had no idea, like, what the venue was like or anything. But I knew that the stage set up because like we were towards the end of that section of the tour.
Yeah.
Like I don't know that the other dates had been announced yet for the continuation of it. And I knew that his stage was like in the center of the floor and then like GA all around. And
that's cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And
how did he come on stage, like through the floor?
Yeah. Dang. But he was in a little cart thing, like how Taylor Swift had this housekeeping cart.
Yeah.
He had like a small little like box thing that people like figured out was him, which I have a video of me at Barricade of me watching the box get rolled in and everybody's like, ah!
Look how close I was to this man.
Oh my gosh.
Like I'll put on screen. I was really close to him anyway.
We'll just make a TikTok out of this. And so I like Googled State Farm Arena, like, you know how you can see like the view from certain seats on different websites? I did that and like looked for like the first row or something because I was like, that's probably pretty accurate. And I mean, a camera can't encapsulate what you're actually seeing with your eyes at
so true.
Like event like that.
Because even our seats, like for Taylor Swift, like, I saw like a view of it and I was like, okay, those are okay.
Yeah.
But when we got there, I was like, oh, these are awesome.
I was like, that stage is huge.
Yeah.
And like the same thing, because we like, you obviously have to like walk down through the seats to get to the floor. And I just like remember walking and I was like, oh, what is my life right now? I was like, there's no way this is happening. And then like we were on the floor, like, and we got there really early because I was nervous about it because I was like GA, and that was like my first like concert, not seated, and like that started the whole.
Oh, if I was GA, if I'm ever GA, I get there so early.
Yeah, but I really wanted a T-shirt and a poster, and I was like, I'm really nervous. Like, I don't know that they'll have, like, stuff afterwards. And so I feel like we should go up there now. And so, like, when we got there, we were literally touching Barricade, like, easily. And I was like, I kind of really want to get merch. And, like, I don't want it to be sold out. And I'm okay if we're standing at the back. Like, the stage is so close to us that I'm like, even if we're literally against the seats, like, I don't care. And so we like went and got merch and then we were like, well, like, what do we do with it? Like, I don't want to hold this rolled up poster for the whole show, which the poster wasn't even rolled up. Like, they just handed it to us, like a giant piece of paper. We're like, okay. And so we, like, you know, when there's like at the end of like the seating, like before they would have like the smaller like folding chairs at like a basketball game where there's like the like metal rail that comes up underneath one, there was just like a curtain to like close off the stands and we just put our stuff behind the curtain and left it there for the whole show.
And it was still there when you got back?
Yeah, and it was there when we got back and everything was fine and we were like, that's pretty crazy of us to do. Like,
did you get any further up or were you in the back?
We were pretty close. We were like we moved a lot throughout the show to kind of like wherever he was. Like he would perform some songs at the very end of one of the little like walkways and we like moved further there and I like FaceTimed my friend who was supposed to go with me but then sold her ticket. And like it's just wild.
That is so crazy.
Like, I want to see him again, but I just know that, like, next time he comes, it's going to be in Mercedes-Benz, and, like, there's no way I'm getting floor tickets.
Well, I'll go with you, but, yeah, we probably won't be on the floor.
Yeah. But now I'm kind of, like, I don't really care the price of concerts. Like, in that way of, like, Taylor Swift and Harry Styles are probably, like, the only two that I'm like, I would spend a lot of money to get really, really great seats.
I think my issue is that with Taylor Swift, we just didn't have a ton of warning. And so then I'm like, if you told me right now, hey, in 6 months, in 9 months, a year from now, we're going to buy Taylor Swift tickets, I'd be like, oh, done. I'll spend whatever you want me to spend. Because I'm like, oh, I can have some
I'll save up, budget it,
But, like, when it was announced to when we bought Taylor Swift tickets, it had to be less than, like, 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was a
pretty quick turnaround.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, this is the money that I have. This is what I have to do this.
And we were doing, like, a big group of us.
Yeah. That was
so
that we all had to get, like, there were 6 of us going, so we all had to get on the same page of, like, this is what we're willing to spend.
Yeah.
So, and also, like, if they come to Atlanta, I'm always willing to spend a little bit more money because we can just drive home after.
We don't have to do all the accommodations.
Yeah, whereas, like, if we were going to go see them in, like, Nashville or, like, Charlotte, we could find a free place to stay. That's fine. Yeah. But, like, Nashville or something.
Random
like,
city,
Yeah, we would have to, like, pay for a hotel. Like, then it's just, like, and then you have to compete with the hotels, and I'm like, that's a lot. Anyway.
Yeah,
for sure. We derailed so much from Harry Styles at the soccer game, but...
But Harry Styles, I love you, and I love your necklace, and...
Come back to Atlanta so I can see you.
Please.
Okay. Benny Blanco. Did you see this TikTok that I'm about to start?
Yes.
So I heard about it before I saw it. But Benny Blanco, Selena Gomez's boyfriend, posted this TikTok. And he was like, it's Valentine's Day, and I'm making my girlfriend fried pickles. And he was like, first off, I just don't really like the way he sounds. Like, he just sounds pretty annoying to me. Like, his, like, voice.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, whatever. First off, this video got 19 million views and 1.9 million likes.
Gosh.
And he was like, my girlfriend loves these pickles, but you can only get them, where does he say? Texas. Oh, he said the F word, I'm sorry. He said, you can only get them shipped from Texas. And he, like, shows how he, like, fries his pickles all the time. The caption is, fry pickles and get laid. I'm like...
Sir.
Selena Gomez's boyfriend doesn't need to be posting that on TikTok.
No.
Like, please don't talk about Selena Gomez's intimate life on the internet.
Bro.
Like, I'm just like, I don't know. They're just like, I really like her, but I can't figure out what his vibe is. And somebody commented on it, and it was like, he has Pete Davidson personality, but y'all aren't ready to hear that yet. And I'm like, I think he's cringier than Pete.
I don't know.
To me...
They're pretty similar, actually.
To me, I kind of see what they're saying. I just think that if these guys have the same personality and the same whatever, Benny Blanco is the middle school version and Pete is, like, the high school, early college version. Like, not saying Pete is that much better.
No.
But a little bit wiser, maybe.
He just doesn't post quite as much.
He's not making himself as... accessible for the public to make fun of him.
I mean, he just does it on live TV, but yeah.
But at that point, he's like, well, I'm getting paid millions of dollars for this, so nope. So I don't care what you guys have to say. Benny Blanco, he posted that thing for free.
Yeah.
He posted that TikTok for free.
Yep. And left the comment section up.
For free.
Yep. Yeah.
So, didn't have much to say about that, but I just thought that was an interesting piece of Valentine's Day news. Every year
and she just keeps posting him.
Yeah.
And posting weird pictures. Like,
every year on Valentine's Day.
Just take a note out of Taylor's book.
Yeah.
And just post silly every once in a while. Like, I'm so glad you are happy and you found someone who loves you really well and cares for you and wants to make your favorite snack, whatever. But we don't need to see your pictures of you laying in bed and various levels of clothing and like all this stuff.
And him grabbing her boob in
all
these
the
pictures.
time. Yeah. Like, it's just like, keep it classy, girl.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like she doesn't view herself the same way that the public does.
Yes.
Of like, we all hold her so high. Of like, she is amazing, stunning, talented, like, has a lot going for her. And then she posts like she's just like
a normal.
Yeah, like your hometown friend.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah, 100%.
That's crazy.
Your hometown friend who's, like, dating that guy who, like, never left their hometown. I'm
Yes.
like, I don't know. It's just kind of crazy to me. I had another
wild.
thought, but it left me.
Yeah.
It's just so interesting. She has new music coming out, too, which I think will be interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. I have to know what Taylor Swift thinks about him. Like, Taylor Swift definitely watched that video, okay?
They've definitely met and hung out before.
I know. But, like...
Which is crazy.
What does she think about him? Maybe she's just happy that Selena's happy, but
yeah.
I don't think that Taylor's just that kind of friend. But you know dang well that if Taylor said anything to Selena and was like, hey, I don't know that he is the best. Like, and I think he's I think he's fine. Like, I think he probably does treat her well and, like, loves her well. And, like, he makes her favorite food for Valentine's Day, whatever. But, like, I just feel like if Taylor ever said anything to Selena about it, Selena would go on Instagram and be like, why do I have all these fake friends? Like, if you're not happy for me. Like, you know she would.
Yeah.
If Taylor sat her down and was like, hey, I don't think that, like, maybe this is, like, the best. Like, she would immediately go on Instagram and be like, I can't believe I have so many fake friends. How have I surrounded myself? Like, immediately. If we ever see that, we know what happened.
Oh, no. Yeah, that would happen.
Yeah.
Sure.
She's that girl that, like, you can't say anything about their relationship because they'll cut you out.
Yep.
And that's not a good person to be. If your friends come to you and they don't like your civic gather, you should listen to them.
Yep.
Because they care about you.
Yep.
That's what I have to say.
All right. A little Bachelor recap.
Yep. For the past 2 weeks. Well,
three episodes. So, yeah. But I feel like not a ton has happened. Mostly focused in on Sydney and Maria's drama.
Yeah, and then continuing into Leia and drama.
Yeah. So did I have Sydney on my team?
I did. I think we both did.
I think so too.
I liked her because she owned a vintage store. I thought that was cool.
Yeah, I thought she was cute.
Now I don't care.
Which I feel like this drama came out of nowhere, actually.
Yeah, like, it came out of Maria, like, I think that somebody was saying that, like, what Maria originally did was kind of, like, crappy. And I think you could see it as that. I just think these girls have never been friends with somebody like Maria with her personality type. And I think that girls who speak their mind are so often, like, put down and so often just labeled as, like, a mean girl. And I'm just like, if you actually listen to what she says, she hasn't said anything mean about anybody. And it's like, even if she has been saying mean things and, like, she is, like, what they're making her out to be, they're also saying that about her, which also makes them mean girls too. Like, if you're gonna call someone nasty and, like, all of these mean things, like, that is, you're a mean girl. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like anytime I've been upset with somebody, like, I've never sat there and been like, well, they're this and that. Like, I've just talked about, like, the situation and, like, how I feel when, like, they're not even, like, Sydney and Leia, they're not talking about a situation. Like, they're just talking about how Maria's, like, as a
they're
person
making up
sucks.
situations.
Yeah, and so originally, like, it started with, like, Maria being, like, in her own way, being like, Medina shouldn't be insecure about age, like, blah, 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 all this stuff. And Sydney, I don't even know if Sydney actually heard it or if she just assumed that that's what Maria was saying.
I'm pretty sure she just assumed.
That's where it stemmed from. Yeah. Medina never really got involved. Like, Maria, like, said, like, hey, I'm sorry. And she was like, I don't really want to talk about this right now. I'm about to talk to Joey. And Maria was like, okay. And so then from then, it's just this huge mess between Maria and Sydney. And Sydney just keeps throwing buzzwords out like it's her job. Like, she's like, gaslighting, mean, like, manipulate. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
I thought she was going to be, like, really chill, really fun girl.
Yeah.
And, like, stick around for a while. But then she started, like, making all these comments about Maria.
Yeah. And then they went on a 2-on-1.
Yeah.
And Maria was, like, trying to make the best of it. She's like, I really don't want to be here right now. I don't want to be here with Sydney. But, like, I'm spending time with him. So, like, I'm going to make the most of this time.
Yeah.
And Sydney was just sitting there in the most sour mood. And then finally he, like, talked to them individually. And Sydney was like, yeah, she told Leia to shut the F up. And I was like, what? And so then he confronted Maria on it, and Maria was like, I never said that. Mm-hmm. And then Maria and Sydney were talking, and Maria was like, you know that we're on camera the whole time, right? Like, if I said that to Leia, like, there would be film on it, but there's not. Like, and Sydney literally just, like, I based off of Sydney's response to what Maria said, I know for a fact Sydney made it up. Like, even if they didn't show it to us, like, even if she did, but, like, they would have showed it to us if they knew it was going to be a storyline.
Yeah, later. For sure.
But, like, the way, like, Sydney was just like, I don't even know what she said, but she was just like, I can talk to Joey about whatever I want to. Like, she was just, like, being a brat. And I was like, you're shutting down because you know you just made up what she said. Mm-hmm. Like, and so it's just, like, crazy to me. Mm-hmm. But then after that, Sydney went home. Like, she got sent home from the 2-on-1.
Yeah.
And I wasn't sad. But then they went back to the house.
I know. I was like, oh, like...
Finally.
Yeah, finally that's going to be over with. And we can just see the girls being friends.
Because they took up this whole, like, pool party. Because Sydney, like, told them. And also, I'm like, if I was all the girls in the house... I would be so annoyed at Sydney because Sydney is the one that is instigating this. And, like, even if Maria is being horrible, like, unless she's threatening somebody, I'm like, I don't know. Somebody was saying on their podcast that if they were the Bachelorette and somebody came to them and, like, said, like, oh, this person is causing drama, they were like, I would send that person home immediately. Like, she was like, maybe the other person that they're coming and tattling to me about is also going to get sent home, but 100% if you're the one that tattles, you get sent home. Because all you're doing, like, you're taking up time that we could be getting to know each other, and, like, I will figure it out for myself if they're a bad person, but, like, that doesn't mean that you're my person because they suck.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I think, like... I have realized I'm so much of a girl's girl, like, that in the event that I was one of the girls on The Bachelor, like, I feel like, one, I wouldn't bring up another girl to him.
No, I would never.
If, like, unless there was, like, something, like, really crazy that, like, maybe I had already talked about with producers of, like, this is really actually awful behavior.
Like, unless it was, like... Everyone was coming to like, the majority of the girls, like, me and, like, 10 other girls were going to talk to him about something.
Yeah.
Or if it was, like, somebody had cussed me out or, like, directly, like, yelled at me. Yeah. Like, and I was really upset about it, and they did it right before I went on a group date or a one-on-one date, then, like, maybe. But I'm just, like, even when Sydney was like, oh, I think she's talking, I would have never even said that. I would have never looked at somebody and been like, oh, I bet they're talking. I would never talk about it. I just wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I know. I'm, like, thinking through. I'm like, I feel like I would be more likely to hype another girl up to The Bachelor. Like, if I knew, I was like, okay, this guy's not my type. I'm not his type. Like, we're not vibing at that level. Like, it's not going to go anywhere. I'd be like, oh, my gosh, you know who's... Like, I've really enjoyed my time here because of making friends with these girls. Like, you should try and get to know them more. But also, like, that kind of thing.
On the same point, these girls don't know each other. Okay? No. They met 3 weeks ago. Yeah. And, you know, if we're going in, like, the time of The Bachelor. Like,
filming.
Filming timeline. They met 3 weeks ago. Okay? They're all dating the same guy. Mm-hmm. They're all living together. The most arguments girls ever get in is about living together because somebody's messy or somebody doesn't do the dishes or somebody, like, you know, turns on all the lights while they're still sleeping, whatever. Like, and they're like, that's my best friend. It's not your best friend. And if it is your best friend, let me just say this right now. If you went on The Bachelor and you were like, yeah, that girl's my best friend, I'd be like, then what am I to you? Like, what am I? Like, I'm like, I must be like your blood sister. If that girl's your best friend, like, I'd be at home being like, the hell? Like, I'm just like, I don't know. Like, all my best friends at home would be like, what? Like, your best friend?
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, it's just crazy that all these, like, they're not your best friend. They're your roommate who, I'm not saying all roommates get on each other's nerves, but, like, I feel like that's when, like, the most tension arises between people is when you're living together. Yeah. It's like, they're your roommate. They're dating the guy you're dating. That's already, you don't like them.
Yeah,
like,
no.
Just like, whatever. I don't know. Anyway, and so they all came home, and the drama kept going. Because then Medina Medina's just nice and, like, chill and, like, whatever. And Medina, like, asked Sydney how her time with Joey was. And Leia, like, pulled her aside.
I think she was trying to, like, move past it and, like, just kind of be, I don't even know, like, just be in the whole journey.
Yeah.
And, yeah, just kind of, like, moving on with it and acknowledging, like, that was crazy, but now Sydney's gone, and so, like...
This is the way it's going to be.
Yeah.
She's not coming back. Whatever. Yeah. We are friends, and I'll see her on the other side.
Yeah, and so, like, she goes to Maria, and she's like, how was it? Like, how are you feeling? And Leia is like, you are not going to be friends with Maria, da-da-da-da-da. And, like, pulls Medina aside and is, like, accusing her of all this stuff. And, like, Medina's just like, what?
She was just like, I have high expectations for my close friends. And again, I'm like, you guys are not close friends.
Yeah, you literally have no idea who this person actually is.
Basically, she was like, don't talk to me. I'm going to handle this how I want to handle it. I'm just trying to move on. Like, you don't get to tell me that, like, I'm not sad about Sydney or whatever. And Leia, like, so backed off. Like, she was so, like,
she was like, you don't agree with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then her and Jess just got so upset. And Leia went to Joey and was like, I just think a lot of us were really surprised that, like, Maria came back and not Sydney. And I'm like, who is all of us?
It's you like and 2, Jess. Maybe 3 of y'all.
You and Jess.
Yeah.
And then, this really got to me. So they were at the cocktail party, and Maria already had a rose because she got a rose from the...
Mm-hmm.
No. She got a rose from the group date. Because in the first episode, she got a rose from the 2-on-1, but in the second episode, she got a rose at the group date, I'm pretty sure. Like, she was already going into the rose... She went into 2 rose ceremonies with roses.
Okay.
So I don't know how that shook out, but... She went into...
Because the episode split at a rose ceremony.
Yeah, but the second episode,
so
there were
ending
2
of the
rose
second
ceremonies.
Yeah.
And so both of those rose ceremonies, she went into them with roses already.
Mm-hmm.
And so she, like, went and talked to Joey. And Jess, I guess, hadn't gotten time with Joey yet. And Jess literally spiraled and was like, that's so disrespectful, blah, blah, blah. I'm sorry. First off... The first night that they were all there, or maybe the first or second episode, Jess interrupted like 2 or 3 girls to get more time. So, shut up. And second off, I can't even get into these girls and they're like, what is going through their head? Because I'm like, this is a dating show. Obviously, they want to spend as much time with him as possible. It doesn't matter if they got a rose. Like... That just shows to me that Maria actually really likes him. Because if Maria had a rose and, like, didn't give a crap about still spending time with him, then I'd be like... If she was like, I don't need to spend time with him, like, I already have a rose, like, then I would be like, okay, that's weird. Like, it's not really like him. But, like, the fact that she already had a rose and she still wanted to talk to him a lot, I'm like, girl, you're sitting around whining, just get up and go interrupt them. Also... It's not disrespectful. Like, you guys are on a dating show.
Like, that's a thing.
That's, like, what they're going to do. Every girl's going to try and get as much time with as possible because they actually like him. And if they don't, that's the red flag.
Yeah. I think, like, I also just try to see the best in all of them. Even the mean ones. Because I'm like, one, they are drinking.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty frequently, even if there's a limit and whatever. And so that influences a lot of how they're behaving during these events.
If I drank 2 drinks an hour for 4 hours, I would be hammered. So I get it.
Yeah. Like, 2, I mean, they're staying up until the freaking crack of dawn for these rose ceremonies, so they're not sleeping correctly.
Like, it was probably
3,
midnight or 1 a.m.
Then they're throwing in traveling to all these different places, so they're jet lagged, drinking, and staying up until the crack of dawn.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I mean, these girls are mentally insane at that point.
Yeah.
Like, they're not thinking how they would in their normal day-to-day life.
Yeah.
I think it just amplifies however they are in their normal life. And so it's like, if they are a girl that, like, finds drama in their friend groups and stuff at home, like, that's just gonna be, like, times 10 in this situation.
Right.
But if they're the girls that genuinely are just, like, a girl's girl wanting to hang out with friends, like, then we're probably not gonna see a ton of them on the show.
Yeah, right.
I don't know. I just think, like...
And, you know, a producer was like, oh, have you had time with Joey yet?
Oh, for sure.
And Jess was like, no. And he's like, oh, he's talking to Maria right now. Like, you know that
it's like,
happened.
oh, like, who's he talking to right now?
Be like, and then they're probably like, oh, don't interrupt him. Like, you should probably just, like, talk about it with the girls, how upset you are.
Yeah.
Like...
And she probably was like, Maria's with him again. I can't believe it. And they're like, oh my gosh, that's like the third time tonight.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm scared of those producers.
I'm scared of them. It scares me that The Bachelor is usually like so close with all of them.
I know.
Like, okay.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. So then that whole thing happened. They got into this whole argument. And then Medina and, between the course of these 2 episodes, Medina and Allison both went home. And to my knowledge, well, Allison was like Maria's closest friend. And then, not saying her and Medina were like besties, but like she was being
they're cordial. Yeah.
So now I'm like kind of worried because I'm like, are the rest of the girls just gonna do like
turn on her
and like turn on her? Like, I don't know. Also, there is a little part of me. I think the general consensus of Bachelor Nation right now is like supporting Maria, but there is a little part of me that's like, is she doing something that we're not seeing? I don't know. But also the fact that like Sydney is still on TikTok to this day talking about like gaslighting and manipulation. I'm like, I'm done with you. Like get over it.
Yeah.
Let me tell you one thing. I was thinking about this the other day. This will be the first time in seasons that I watched the Women or Men Tell All. Like, I haven't watched the Women or Men Tell All in years.
Oh, you know it's about to go crazy.
But I will be watching it. Yeah. I need to get to the bottom of all this.
I feel like I asked you a couple weeks ago who you thought the next Bachelorette would be. Have you thought about it?
Sorry. Honestly, I could see it being Maria.
I see a lot of people saying that she should be if she doesn't
I'm so
get
done
picked.
with these, in the most respectful way possible, boring bachelorettes.
Yeah.
And I get it's because they like, I think The Bachelor is getting a bad rep right now because it's like, oh, well, they never stay together. But I don't care. Like, I would rather watch an entertaining season where they don't stay together than this boring season where they are still together.
Yeah.
Because odds are they probably are still going to break up.
Yeah.
Like.
Pretty much.
So, I would be good with Maria. Maybe Daisy. It's also hard because I'm like, I don't know who's going to win, obviously. I don't know. I could see it. I would be excited for Maria. If it's Daisy, I'm not going to watch. Just like respectfully, like I'm just like, she's super nice and cute, but like it's going to be Charity 2.0. If they were smart, they would pick somebody like Maria.
Yeah. I think like I'm starting to see like which girls I think are going to be on Paradise and like
Jess and Leia are going straight to Paradise.
Yeah. I've also heard that they're not doing Paradise this year.
I have heard that
because they're gonna do Golden Bachelorette,
which I'm like, will be interesting. I don't think I'm gonna watch.
Like I'm not into it as much.
I think right now, like again, I think I'm always gonna watch The Bachelor because I think The Bachelor is I'm realizing like I just like The Bachelor so much more than I like The Bachelorette. I wasn't really into the Golden Bachelor. I thought I was gonna be into it, and I just wasn't.
Yeah, same.
And then. I do like Paradise, but it's kind of hard when I don't know anybody. But I think I would be interested in watching The Bachelorette if it was like Maria. Or even if it was like Jess or like I don't think it's going to be Sydney, but like even if it was like one of those
someone
girls
I know that's like
drama, I would still be interested in it.
Yeah.
But if it's like some nice girl, I'm just going to be like, I'm okay.
Yeah.
Thank you though.
Yeah.
But
fair.
That's going on in The Bachelor right now. I'm pretty sure they're going to somewhere else. Spain.
Montreal.
Montreal.
Next.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because Maria's from Canada. More drama on the horizon.
For sure.
Lastly, not really much to talk about here, but Survivor is coming back next week.
Yes.
And we are really, really, really excited about it.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous that I'm not going to like anybody. But I feel that way at the start of every season. I think I'm like, oh, who are these weirdos?
Yeah.
I'm not going to like them. And then I like love them.
Yeah. They've been posting like their like audition tapes like every day. And I kind of feel the same way. I'm like, oh, what if I don't like them? But then I'm like, okay, I probably would have said the same thing about Austin and Drew and like
I definitely
Kendra.
did say the same thing.
Like I'm like, I probably didn't really like them that much either. Yeah. And it was still a great season, so.
Yeah. It's like the halfway point once you like really start to know them and you're like, oh, these people are actually great.
Yeah. And the first 3 or 4 people that get out, you're not going to care about, and that's fine.
No.
So.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Also, actually, lastly, announcement. Next week, we will bring back book club.
Oh, yes.
And we are reading None of This Is True. I'm really excited about it. This influencer that I follow who reads a lot, she was posting about it. She said it's like her new favorite book. And she reads a lot. Like last year she read 50 books. So, and she really likes thrillers. It's about a podcaster. Let me here.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna try and paraphrase.
Hello, synopsis,
I always
please.
do this. I always do this because the plot synopsis is so interesting. Like I feel like I've never heard anything like it. None of this. Sometimes I look at what my friends are reading and I'm like, oh, that surprises me that you would read that. Like I just saw that my friend finished a fantasy book by Sarah J. Maas, and I'm like, oh, I didn't think that you would read that.
Yeah.
Anyway, okay. Sorry, the thing really confused me.
Yeah.
Okay. A new psychological thriller about a woman who finds herself the subject of her own popular true crime podcast. Celebrating her 45th birthday at her local pub, popular podcaster Alex Summers crosses paths with an unassuming woman called Josie Fair. Josie, it turns out, is also celebrating her 45th birthday. They are, in fact, birthday twins. A few days later, Alex and Josie bump into each other again, this time outside Alex's children's school. Josie has been listening to Alex's podcast and thinks she might be an interesting subject for her series. She is, she tells Alex, on the cusp of great changes in her life. Josie's life appears to be strange and complicated, and although Alex finds her unsettling, she can't quite resist the temptation to keep making the podcast. Slowly, she starts to realize that Josie has been hiding some very dark secrets, and before she knows it, Josie has inveigled, I don't know, her way into Alex's life and into her own. But as quickly as she arrived, Josie disappears. Only then does Alex discover that Josie has left a terrible and terrifying legacy in her wake, and that Alex has become the subject of her own true crime podcast, with her life and her family's lives under mortal threat. Who is Josie Fair, and what has she done? I'm lit. 4.16 stars on Goodreads.
There you go.
I'm always so interested. Oh, Maddie Jo read it a month ago. Oh. The audiobook is amazing. Love this. Perfect for you.
Great. Can't wait.
People are saying they're speechless.
Speechless?
After reading this.
Well, I hope we are.
I hope that I am not speechless, but so that I can talk to you guys about it. Anyway.
Oh, man.
So we'll read... I haven't looked at the chapters, so we'll have to post it on Instagram.
Yeah. We'll
what chapters
decide
we're going to
later.
read.
Yeah.
So, that's all. See you next Monday.
Maybe.
Gorgeous.